Hi, everyone.
This is Alana.
This is Alana.
And I am going to move out of the chair so my mom can take over. And I'm going to watch her a little bit more so I learn how to do it. Thank you, Alana. You need some practice.
Bye,
live. She's so cute. Hi, Terry. How are you?
Buggered up.
Imagine being house with her 24/7 times 4 weeks. I'm ready to just shoot myself.
Well, I have one that's 53 going on 13, but she's on her way to Arizona now.
Really?
But the other problem I have is a friend of mine says, I've been here cooped up with my son working from home and he's driving me crazy. He doesn't know why mommy can't play with him. And he's only 7. I said, hey, try that with an 83-year-old. He doesn't know why I can't play.
Wow. Wait, so she's heading back to Arizona, so she's going on a plane and flying?
No, she's driving out there. She's taking a job in Scottsdale.
Oh, I love Scottsdale. I love that whole area. As you know, I lived in Tucson for 3 years. So people are beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. Very exciting. Have you been there before?
Not to Scottsdale. I've been out through Albuquerque, then up to Flagstaff and to the Grand Canyon, came back by Meteor Crater and all that good stuff.
Oh,
Got so sick of hearing Winslow, Arizona chorus on the radio. Every other song was played.
That's so funny. She's gonna love in Scottsdale. Well, she's gonna love the parks are beautiful. Also, the mountains but the food is delicious. That is one thing. That Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tucson, the food is yummy. So, how have you been? And tell me what's going on. I want to hear updates.
Okay, updates.
Terry Cain Tyler, everyone. Terry Cain, you can read what she is. I am a Legal Shield member myself and love it. And then Terry is an ambassador with the Chamber and on the board of directors with the Chamber, which is a wonderful thing to do. So now take it away.
Okay, first of all, Steve and I are happy and healthy, and that's the main thing.
Yes.
I'm working from home. I've purchased him over the past couple of weeks nearly 100 plants because he's redoing the backyard. And hopefully that would keep him out of the house and out of my hair.
Oh my
no such luck. But really, this has been a whole new experience as far as what we're doing. Legal Shield was to have its international conference the first weekend in April. And when Dallas shut down all the conventions, they regrouped and actually went ahead and set up a Zoom broadcast for us. So I had 7 hours of training on a Thursday, 5 hours of training I would have had in person on Friday, and then from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, we had live streaming of the event with all the different trainings and everything. And they have done so much to help us associates be able to work from home and giving us access to free Zoom messaging.
Nice.
They've given us the tools we need to where I can send out resources to people who ask for information. And they actually set up a virus resource center that differs from a lot of other ones. This one was set up by our proprietary group of attorneys nationally to where they're answering questions from members of how the virus is affecting their employment in their home, but also answering questions from small businesses and from HR directors on how the various federal programs are going to impact them. So I'm excited. I'm doing more work right now than I have done in a while.
So a couple questions. First of all, did they give you breaks during this live stream? I know that's like such a stupid question, but I'm wondering, like, how does that work? Or you just have to step away or you take
you have to step away. You step away, but they do the same thing during the conference. But they'll disperse some little segments in there. They give you a break. And when they're kind of doing some recognition of people's accomplishments, you kind of say, okay, I know them, out of the room, back in the room.
I love it. Did they pre-mail anything to you? Did you receive anything in the mail? Any promotional products? Did they send anything before the conference?
Well, we have a website that we just click into, our LS Engage. And they had all the agenda and everything set up on that. And this is my 11th straight conference since I joined Legal Shield.
Wow.
I have not missed a conference since I joined. But this was by far and away the best conference ever because they actually went into detail on the tools that we need, our Prospect by Legal Shield, which is our customer management system, and how to access a lot of information and be able to send other resources directly to members and non-members.
Did they,
Um,
during a conference, sometimes you have like different workshops and you have to go into one room and you kind of wish maybe the other room you'd know what was going on. Do they have different breakouts, or was everyone on the same room?
That's what Thursday and Friday were. You picked and choose which you want to attend. So I took a recertification in the commercial driver's license plan.
Oh.
I'm signed up for tomorrow for a 6-hour session on
Wow.
marketing for small business. They do such a wonderful job in helping us associates accomplish what we need to accomplish and be successful. They put as much time and effort, if not more, in the personal development of their associates as they do in promoting stuff. They expect us to do the promotion for them. They do not advertise. But because they make us a better person, not just a salesperson, but a better person overall, I'm more than satisfied with the company.
Wow.
I'm sticking with them.
That's so nice to hear, because during these times, like, I've talked to a few people and they've all said the same thing. Real leaders are being formed during COVID-19. Now, what you said was interesting to me about employers, because I don't know, some employers feel like they don't want to say too much to their employees. They don't want to confuse their employees. They don't want to say, some employers are saying it's all hype. We're businesses is don't even read anything. Some employers are saying, well, if you have a fever and you don't feel good, don't come in, but we're not going to pay you for it. It runs the course. And I was thinking to myself, how does an employer really know what is the right thing? And could it harm them at the end that they make a wrong decision that could actually hurt their business?
Definitely, it could come back to harm them. That's where this site was developed and maintained by our attorney, nationwide group of attorneys we have under contract to us. And you're getting the most up-to-date information as it comes down from the federal programs, that paycheck protection plan and everything else. And it's not to sell the product. There's no sales pitch involved in all this. It's just, here's the information. We want you to use it.
That is really great.
That's what they do. So.
Oh my! I would love to look at it if it's. Well, actually, I would love to see that. I think that's great. I think it's really important. I'm also, Halo has been fantastic. My little Halo's kind of very similar. A lot of town halls, a lot of communication with all of the employees and the independent contractors. The PPEs right now that we're selling are not so easy. So at first it was easy to, making a sale. Okay, would you like 100, Terry? Okay, I'll get you 100. But then all of these certifications, now it's more on a smoother flow. And some people that have ordered have waiting a couple of weeks just because everything was working out, all those kinks of coming in and what it looks like. But I will say right now, I think that we're going to be wearing masks for a long time. And I also just read on Twitter that President Trump is, pretty much wants everyone to get back to business. And so it's got to be a new way. And I know for myself, I'm concerned because I have high blood pressure and, I'm older. And so I have to worry about, what will happen.
This.
57. So, at this point right now, my kidneys, I don't have the greatest kidneys. So at what point do you look at yourself and say, okay, this is really, as much as I want to go out there and hug and shake hands. So it's interesting because how China has the immunity passport.
Mm-hmm.
So I do watch a lot of news, but is that able to be done here? How do we know the antibody testing? So it feels like we're going to come back, but how are you going to come back? You'll go to the board meetings? Obviously, I could see that. But will you get out there and would you do a trade show next week if you were told that you can have a free booth at a trade show?
I don't know about the trade shows so much as what I'm looking at is the tools that they've given us. I can go ahead and conduct decision maker meetings to do, say, a group enrollment and group enrollments by Zoom. Sure, I'd like to, the B2B to be belly to belly, but, it's business to business. And it's a total shift in paradigm of what we're going to have. It's not going to go back to the way it was. And the way that they've given us the tools to do this, the first 3 days of this week, they nationwide, Legal Shield had over 1,000 group enrollments conducted for small businesses for employee benefits.
Wow, that is beautiful.
And some of those, the associate such as myself, never met face to face with a decision maker. It was through Zoom and through text messages and emails and things like that. So it's going to be a new way of doing business.
Yes. And now I think I want to just say this because I think that actually there's still etiquette in Zoom meetings. You know, if I say to you, Terry, you know, and obviously we had problems coming in, so I'm not, but if I said, Terry, you and I have a Zoom meeting. I'd like to, I'm going to sell to you. I want to sell to you, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I say, well, I'm going to be 15 minutes late, Terry. Sorry. You're going to be like, wait a second. So we have to remember, even though this is Zoom and even though we're home, we should never think that someone is not busy. We should in our mind think that other person is busy and that their time is really of importance, and never ever, because I've seen this and it's really, I feel like a little like lesson here is that it's no different. If you knew you were leaving your house 15 minutes late and you were going to be late to a meeting, you would call and say, hey, I possibly, looks like I'm going to be a little late for our meeting. I think that people have to do the same thing with Zoom and any of their meetings that they're having. They have to make sure, because, you know, if you have someone's time and they're just waiting for you, that's so not fair and it's not nice. So I guess I have to do a whole new thing of etiquette, because etiquette's going to look different. And you know, did you see the beautiful world? They had that beautiful world on the song, the global world. It was really beautiful.
I did not. I've been basically staying off social media and just hunkered down doing what I've been doing.
That's smart. So they had it was very, very beautiful. But one of the artists was dressed in like a gray sweatsuit. Like she like rolled out of bed and said, oh, I'm going to sing. And I thought that's another thing too, making sure, you know, that you like look presentable. I've seen some people and I'm like, whoa, you know, you have to make sure, right, that you're wearing something. You're blue too. Wait, is that your leadership shirt?
I'm blue. That's my Legal Shield shirt.
See? Okay. Terry's doing it right. Terry, and I'm probably jealous. You probably wake up early, but you're coming to your meeting just as you would regular. You're wearing your name badge. Your mind frame is already set on doing business the right way. Love it.
Well, even when I'm not on discussing someone about the business on Zoom, I'm getting up, getting dressed, putting on my name tag, and sitting here in my makeshift office in the master bedroom. But I get into the mindset, this is a business, treat it like a business. And when you talk about being courteous to people, the one thing that I always talk to decision makers with when I'm trying to set the meeting is that I have something to show you. You may or you may or may not be interested. It will take about 15 minutes. And I'll be totally respectful of your time if you'll give me about 30 minutes so I can answer any questions at the end.
Love it.
And that seems, you know, they're busy. They've got umpteen jillion things coming down the road. They're bombarded by people always trying to offer them something that's a voluntary benefit. But if you go in there and be respectful of their time and give them the information without all the other marketing stuff going with it, Steve hates me to say it, but I consider myself an educator. Me is to get the information out there to the people. And they're smart enough. They're going to understand what's going on. You don't have to take it, you know, dumb it down to them.
Right.
And you don't have to really push sales on them.
I think that personally, if it's how I look at it, they have to have something set up. They need a program that you offer. So whether they have a full-time person, a full-time attorney on staff, full-time benefits coordinator, whatever it may be, they need something. And Legal Shield is such an affordable program that's easy to have. And oh my God, that's what I need to do. I forgot. I got a new phone. I need to make sure that I put the new app on my phone. I knew I was missing something. You know how you have that in the back of your mind? I'm missing something. Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. Whoa. But
write yourself a note.
Write myself a note is right. And I don't even want to ask you this question. What time do you get up in the morning?
Between 5 and 5:30.
I feel like just how, and what time do you go to bed?
Between midnight and 1.
What? I don't even understand.
I have never been that much of a sleeper.
Really?
And put it this way, when I was a kid, time went slow. It took forever for summer vacation or Christmas to get there. Now that I'm pushing 70,
That's weird.
time goes real fast, and I can't waste any of it. I've got too much I want to get done and too many people I want to help.
Oh my gosh, Terry, I love that. That I could see your picture with that as a like a quote. All right, I need that. That is rarely where I falter, and I'm going to be honest. I think I say it every time I talk to someone. Is getting out of bed is just so hard for me. I don't know why, and so I'm going to think of you now. I'm going to think of a few people and how I can just get up and then you get ready right away. You put your shirt on, you put your badge on, and your mind is set to go. I love that kind of motivation.
Well, when you're a 1099 employee, you get really motivated.
That's true. I mean, I am too, but you're right. I just need to, I feel like that's what's holding me back sometimes is my energy. So tell me about the board, because I am jealous that you're on the board, and I love the new president. I think he's funny and amazing, and he's just really lovely. So what are the board meetings like?
Well, we had the last one, by Zoom meeting and everything. I just got a pop up on my computer that Nancy says for us to check the board login on the Chamber's page to see what's going on. But the thing is, you know me, I'm a serial volunteer.
Yes. Okay. Tell us all about the cereals. What cereals are you into?
Well, a serial volunteer is docent at the Lighthouse, the Historical Museum of Ponce Inlet, charter member of the South Daytona Historical Society, ambassador for One Voice for Volusia, then my chamber activities, and I try to always promote people I know that have something. When Maria was starting up her Healthy Souls, she didn't have any information on trucking. So I was working with Trans Contractors Group to bring them on as an affiliate partner. And I said, let me go ahead and give your information to this person, they'll contact you. And that's how she got her trucking.
I love that with Ronnie.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything that any sales from me or anything else, but it's connecting people. And I think that's what
born here, right? You're born and raised.
I'm second generation Daytonian and fifth generation Floridian on one side.
I love
My
that.
dad's parents were immigrants from Scotland, but his dad also was the town marshal of South Daytona before it became a city.
Oh wow, town marshal, that's awesome. What about One Voice for? I love that. I think Maria, I was mentioning to her about One Voice for Volusia. I'm not sure if she made a meeting. I went to 2 meetings and pretty impressed. So I think Maria should. I think they're having a Zoom meeting, right? I think I just saw something come through.
Right, it just came across. Yes.
So Maria,
May
talk to you. If Maria has any questions, she should speak to you, because I think that she should be part of One Voice.
Definitely. And the whole, like I said, One Voice was set up initially to work with kids that had substance abuse problems, but they soon realized the entire family needed resources. And so One Voice for Volusia brought in these resources. They not only brought in the law enforcement, the attorneys in the judicial system, but they also brought in family counseling, because a lot of times you end up with some kind of abuse other than just the narcotics. You've got maybe some spousal abuse or stuff going on. So it just brings everyone together, so you have a focal point that you can go to for a resource.
Oh, wait. So I want to make sure I'm talking about the right one. Oh, hold on for a second. Alana. Sorry. Alana, Pickles is up. Hurry. He hasn't gone pee since 4:30 this morning. Like, yeah, grab him. Thank you so much, honey. You've got to go pee. Sorry. Candid conversation, real life. Go get him, honey. So the meeting is off of Bill France, right? Is it in the health department? Is that where they meet?
Yes, there's a large auditorium in the health department.
And I was there with the one that I saw you with the attorney speaking about sustainable housing, but I thought it was different. I thought it was every single nonprofit kind of in Volusia. I had no idea the beginning of it.
A lot of the nonprofits do attend it because, like I said, you've got everyone from hospice to Allison with the Early Learning Coalition and so forth. But you also have judges that attend the meeting. You've got law enforcement officers. You've got people from drug rehab facilities. You've got the assisted living facilities. You've got just all the community resources at one focal point, or not all of them, but a good deal of them.
I love that. I think membership is pretty low. I want to say, is there a membership, or is it like $100? It's nominal.
I never actually joined.
Oh, but that's okay. You
attend,
don't have to join.
I attend the meetings. I attend the meetings and I promote them, but I haven't actually joined because I don't know if I can dedicate some time other than attending the meetings and doing some certain things. I did attend their training, so now I'm a certified first responder or first aid person for people who are in mental health crisis.
Oh, that is, I look forward to going back. I don't even know. I mean, I want to just see what's going on and see if I can help to teach etiquette or teach any of the workshops I have. I just want to know more about it. So tell me also, okay, so we ended there. Is there anything, I know you're in the chamber, so your chamber love life is Holly Hill still?
Yes, Steve's on the board of directors for the Holly Hill Chamber. I'm on the board for Daytona Chamber. He was on the board there before we got married.
Oh, he was? I love that, though.
I met him at a Daytona Chamber networking group at one of the RBCs.
Oh.
So the chamber brought us together.
That's so beautiful, though. That's how it should be. Then you know that you're marrying someone that loves business as much as you do. I think that's great.
Well, it was interesting because, we have our one-on-ones, and he was there as a real estate broker, and I was there as an independent associate with Legal Shield. Well, it turns out he's a fourth-generation Floridian. His background is civil engineering and road and bridge construction. I spent 30 years with the Department of Transportation. I did everything from working in road and bridge design to actually doing highway construction inspection, and ended up as an intermodal transit and rail specialist.
I love that. So and a woman in that field. Yay.
So he and I just meshed together like two gears. I mean, we both can look at a job site and we'll turn around and face each other and say the same thing at the same time. Like, his maintenance of traffic is screwed up.
I love that.
And then we both thoroughly enjoy Florida history. And there's what they call the Cracker Trail. We took off down the Cracker Trail, which is a series of museums and parks and stuff that give the history of Florida.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I have to look that up and learn the Florida. So there's a brochure on it, and then when you're driving, it's kind of self-guided?
I bought a book, and it was talking about the Cracker Trail in the book. And then I went ahead and the different locations they talked about, just put on the Google Maps and planned out a route for us. And we took about 3 days. And just
wow. Oh, you went down south?
Down the state.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Because, so my father used to be friends with my father. He's passed. So not that he stopped being friends with him. He just passed away. But my dad was friends with a man. I can't think of his name. And he was known as Cracker. He had a beautiful farm, a very giving man. And so I was reading a little bit about like the history of that. So that goes all the way down to almost the Keys, right?
The Cracker Trail, the last place we stopped was a cow camp. Because, Florida used to be open rangeland. And they have set up a cow camp where they have some of the old scrub cattle there. And he cooks a meal over open fire for you and things like that.
Oh, my God. That's perfect for physical distancing. That'll be the new vacation places where you can go with your family and a cow and a farmer.
Sometimes, too, we just take the map of Florida out and we'll throw a coin at the map, and wherever the map lands, that's where we're going next for a long weekend.
Oh, I love that. I was doing the springs, so I have a lot more springs to do. Mm-hmm. But we did all the springs from like DeLand all the way down to west coast of Florida, like Naples. And then so I have to do more. I agree with you. It's nice to just know your own backyard. And, if you live in Florida and you haven't been to Weeki Wachee, like that's crazy. And if you haven't been to the Greek area over there, for some reason,
Springs.
Yeah, I don't know why my brain is not working right now. But if you haven't been to those places, it's funny because people will be here and then they'll travel all the way across the world. But then you say, well, have you ever been to, Dillian Springs, and they're like, no, your backyard. So I think that's great.
Well, I remember in DeLeon Springs and the adjacent Burt's Park were privately owned, and now they're part of the state park system. The same thing with Homosassa Springs. It was a private park, and now it's under the state park system. The county took it first, and then they gave it to the state.
It's amazing because that was the entertainment before Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I love
You had your main route, US 27, coming down the spine, and 441.
So what do you
Like
think?
I said,
Keep going.
go ahead.
No, you go.
I just really enjoy Florida. I mean, there's so much here to see and so much history. People don't realize that during the War of Northern Aggression, the Union soldiers had a skirmish in Ponce Inlet, it was called Ponce Park back then, for them to destroy the oak that the Confederates were harvesting for shipbuilding.
Oh, wow. Wait, they wanted to destroy them?
They were harvesting oak trees for shipbuilding, and so the Union soldiers came down here to burn the oak so they could not use it for shipbuilding.
Wow.
So it was actually a skirmish fought in Ponce Inlet.
Oh my gosh, that area is so beautiful too. When you drive, you actually kind of forget where you are when you go through. Like before you go to the park, you take that right, and then all that wooded area that people live in. It took me. I almost felt like I was back in Connecticut and New England. The trees are so glorious, and the homes, and then you forget, like they're like literally like right 5 minutes from the ocean.
And the Lighthouse Museum is one of the world's best, if not the world's best, lighthouse museum. Then you have the Marine Science Center right there.
So true.
I was fortunate enough a couple of years ago walking down the beach, and all of a sudden, plop, in front of me, a seagull dropped a baby hatchling turtle. And I called the Turtle Patrol, and they sent an officer there to get it. And it turned out that it was a Ridley, which is the most endangered sea turtles around. And they went ahead and did DNA testing on it, and there was only one Ridley nest that they could find for like 7 years that was on this north side of the inlet. And they couldn't find her that year, but they went ahead and did the DNA testing and found out that this was from that same turtle that she'd actually nested on the south side of the inlet.
Wait, was it alive?
It was alive, and they rehabbed it and turned it loose.
Oh my God. Where was the seagull? How was it holding it? By the neck? No, because the neck would have been in.
They would just go ahead, they just grab around the body, anything they can grab. Because it's only a small little turtle. It's only $half size.
Oh my God, that is some crazy story that you're walking. Boom. Wow.
Hey, we have ospreys fly over the house that one day, washing the car in the front yard, it dropped a Jack Crevalle fish. There in the yard. And so I ended up having Jack for supper that night.
Oh my God, I love that. That is awesome. Thank you, Osprey. That's crazy. You need to write a book.
That's what people keep telling me.
Yeah.
My head's full of important trivia.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, thank you for all you do in the community and everything. I miss sitting next to you. You are my my like mentor, because when I don't understand something, I try to sidle up to you. What are they talking about? So I'm excited. So we have a call coming up in May for the Action Advisory Council, which I really enjoy being on.
That might be the email that Nancy said for me to check on that too. But I am really excited about what they're doing. I understand the ISB roundabout has been killed for the time being.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I don't have the official word on that, but I've got word on that, not through the chamber, but through another source. But in this another group that with them in that advisor group, I was on the $15 an hour minimum wage group.
Yes, me too. Actually,
they were talking about all this other stuff, and I said, "Hey, $15 an hour minimum wage. How does it apply to farm workers, especially the migrants coming into the area who are sending the bulk of their money out of the country?" And they kind of went, "Oh, we didn't think about that."
Yeah, Jim took that was a good question. That was very good.
So I'm happy that, I don't contribute a whole lot at the meetings and everything out loud, but I try to make something be meaningful when I do contribute.
That is very, very true. So now actually, with the federal government giving $600 to anyone that is unemployed or unable to work during COVID-19. In essence, that is the $15 an hour.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, 1099 employees qualify for unemployment because you can't get out in the community and do your business in person.
So I did apply a couple weeks ago, and when I go on, it gives me those words like receive, but they're still working on it. And then I am still confused about at what point does a federal, like, is there, or did I miss the application for the federal, or there is no application?
I have no idea. I haven't applied.
Oh, you have? Oh my God.
I haven't
Actually,
yet. You go through the state, they provide the information. It sounds like there's not two separate programs. It's like probably like a lot of the government things, they will send down requirements for the locals to do and not provide any funding to implement it.
yeah. So it's so difficult, but I really am looking forward to getting back. It did feel like for me, because it does take time, and I don't want to walk in the door of a business and be like, I'm Adrienne, you got to buy from me. I want to get I feel like the community has to know me. And I kind of just landed in the community's lap really around September and October was when I really started to attend the meetings and start getting involved. So that's not really a long time for people to know who I am and get a feeling for me. So I was just feeling like, ooh, things are going along. And now I have to just make sure I stay top of mind if someone's looking for any logo merchandise that they think of me and Halo.
Well, that, and like I said, when you get out there and you're active in the community, they start to know you as a person, that you're not someone who's going to be a flash in the pan. You're not going to join the chamber, blow through their membership, and make everyone upset that you actually came in there and just tried to use the chamber's membership listing and that type of thing.
True. So true. I definitely.
So I guess tomorrow morning I'll give you a call at 5:30 when I get up to make sure you get up and get to work.
I don't know. I don't under, and my husband gets up at 4:30. I don't know that's the only thing I'm a little disappointed in myself. So sure, call me. I wish I had that kind of energy. I think I've always been the person that needed like 10 hours sleep. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it's disappointing to me. If I can make one change in me, it would definitely be, but once I'm up, I'm up. But, I never look forward to like the 7:30 morning breakfast meetings, but I get there. Oh, so next, so when we're back to, I think I mentioned this to you before, have you been to Bob Davis's meeting with the Florida Hotel Lodging Association?
I know nothing about that meeting.
Okay, so he is such a nice man. So he opens it up. So he has an open board meeting, and they're usually at a variety of the different hotels. And you have the vendors, so the affiliate members like me, and then you have the hotels. But the affiliates actually would be perfect for you to talk about Legal Shield because they're vendors of all kind. And I'll invite you when we open up. They're wonderful meetings. Bob is fun. He's got great speakers. He's had some all last year. I love 1 million cups. So I go. So on Wednesdays, I have either 2 1 million cups, one scoreboard meeting, and then the hotel lodging board meeting. But you will probably know a lot of people anyways, but it is another room for you to go into that is great to get to know some people and share what you do. And there is no charge for it, which is always wonderful. And you know Bob Davis, right?
I know him, and he knows Steve fairly well too. He and
So
Steve
very
have been on
nice.
some committees and things.
Yeah, lovely man.
I just had to rein myself back because when I look at the webinars and stuff that Legal Shield offers and some things like that, and what I'm doing with the chamber, I was going to 1 million cups, but I just kind of had to back off, and I want to get back into that. But there's just so many things out there that I was becoming scatterbrained.
I know it is true. I try to do the same thing. Latoya Carey was the one that turned me on to 1 million cups, and I do miss the meetings. And Johnny Nomad does an amazing job filming it, and the whole team that's involved. I think it's one of those things. Not just the meeting itself; it's everyone. It's a whole encompassing that 1 hour that you could go to that isn't asking you for money. All they want is a little piece of your brain. And I also am on the Halifax Arts Advisory Committee. I have to say, I love that one. And Lori Campbell Baker and the whole CVB is really impressive. And I love what they're doing there. So it's funny that they're housed together, the Chamber and our CVB, because they are two really important programs that we need, businesses that we need, associations. that in our.
I'm a member of V-Card also.
Very nice. Oh, I want to look at that too. Well, I guess this is that time now to kind of get to feeling what's out there, so that when you do start to get back in business, we can go in those right directions. But thank you for everything. Thank you for your list. I started going to the assisted living. So Suzanne gave me contact information, and I went to a couple of the different meetings with the assisted living, and that was also great because you've got the managers of the assisted living, and then you have the suppliers like myself. So I absolutely love that. And that would be perfect for you too, actually.
Well, I actually sent letters out to all 123 assisted living facilities in Volusia County and followed up with them, trying to set up appointments. I've offered them free, no obligation required, no marketing workshops on the importance of having a will and advance directives. And the second was on identity theft protection.
Smart.
And I open those for any church group or any other, civic organization or group that wants to get together, or I can just sit down one-on-one and explain to people.
That's smart. And then actually you had just done that, and then COVID hit. How long was it before?
I was in the process of following up with that, and now I've got some other information. Like I said, I'm sending out to the chamber members, both Holly Hill and Daytona chamber members.
Good.
When I hang up with you, I'll go ahead and send you the link to the Legal Shield question and answer site from the attorneys.
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
And I'll send you also the site for the HR directors.
Thank you.
I haven't compared them side by side to see how they're different, or there may be a little bit more information there. And it's not maybe something that you can use initially, but it may ring a bell as you're talking with somebody. Hey, here's something you can use. Call Terry. She'll get you the information.
I think it's fantastic. Do you have I know we're friends on your personal. Do you have a TCT Advantage Facebook page? Am I missing?
No, right now I'm concentrating on improving my LinkedIn page.
Okay, I'll follow that.
I'm looking at entrepreneurs and multi-level marketers who may be looking to add to their book of business.
That is really good.
I haven't built a team.
I need to, I need to send you. There are a couple of other entrepreneur groups out here that are always looking for speakers. So I'll send that to you just in case maybe it'll be new to you or maybe not. So I'll do that when I get off so I can remember, because I'm still always for SCORE. I'm always kind of keeping my ears and eyes open for presentations and things like that.
Right. Well, I'm working with Leslie Gilscomb now, and COVID hit at the wrong time. He's agreed for them to become the African American Entrepreneurs Association to come on as an affiliate partner with Legal Shield, and affinity partner. And as an affinity partner, when I do a group enrollment or work with their members, I share my commissions with them.
Wow. Yeah. Are they doing any networking group? Are they doing any Zoom meetings?
Tomorrow night, there's a Zoom meeting. I'll send you the information on that too.
Oh, I would love to get it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's so much. Oh, I think that's a perfect mix to do that. Yeah, I think if I would have done it.
I met him at a ribbon cutting that the chamber was having. So like I said, you get out there, you get active, and you never know where things are going to lead you.
I met him at the nonprofit roundtable that Ken has. And when I met him, I was like mad at myself immediately that I didn't go to his awards meeting, because he's such a nice man and he's good looking, just saying. So, but he really is handsome. So I was, thank you, Alana. So I was just a little annoyed with myself that I didn't go. So I said to Debbie at SCORE, I'm like, I am going to every meeting now that they have, because he's such a nice man. But anyways, thank you, Terry, for your time. I love working with you. Oh, Alana just came back. She's going to say, you want to close us out here? Say, thank you, Terry. This was great. And then we're going to count us down. And then I'll send you the YouTube. I'll put you on YouTube. Terry, you have such a great brain and a mind.
It's cluttered with important trivia.
And then you're so funny too. I love sitting. If I could, I would say to everyone, the seat to the right of Terry is reserved for Adrienne. I want to sit next to you. All the meetings. You're so smart. All right, take it down. Say thank you, Alana. Okay. Take it away.
Why staring at me?
You're gonna say thank you, thank you, Terry, and we'll see you after COVID-19.
Thank you, and we'll see you after COVID-19.
Beautiful, cute little face.
I will be around. We'll get you out there and living up to your last name of being a Barker.
I love it. Oh, you're awesome. Okay, then I just stopped the stream.